True joke. I mean, it's not true, but I had read in the paper that Caitlyn Jenner was contemplating posing nude in an upcoming issue of Sports Illustrated. And I know it's not politically correct to say these things, so I just figured, fuck it, I'll say it for everybody else. Yuck. Oh, sometimes I just want to read some stats. I don't know why you're gonna cram some man pussy in the middle of the sports page like this. I just didn't think that was the place for it. But I wasn't saying anything like Caitlyn Jenner's a bad person. I'm not mad at her for doing it. Not even mad at Sports Illustrated. If I'm mad at somebody, I'm probably just mad at myself. You understand? Because deep down, I know that I am not strong enough to not look at those pictures. And I don't think I'm ready to see what she's trying to show me. So Caitlyn, goddamn it, if you go through with this thing, bitch, you better go hard or go home. I want you to go all the way. Hustler style. Do you know what hustler style means, miss? That means spread the lips. I hope she spreads her lips and there's an itty bitty dick inside. Ah! The show is behind the curtains. I don't know what I said that upset that person. But I'm gonna tell you something. When I read that letter, and the moments after I read it, I did something that many black men in America do not have the time or the money to do. I thought about how I felt. I asked myself a very basic question that I don't think I ever directly contemplated. I said, man, Dave, if you're writing all these jokes, do you have a problem with transgender people? And the answer is absolutely not. The fuck do you guys think I am? I don't understand all the choices that people make. But I do understand that life is hard and that those types of choices do not disqualify you from a life with dignity and happiness and safety in it. I'll be real with you, and I know nobody gives a fuck what I think anyway. I'm not for abortion. Oh, shut up, nigga. I'm not for it, but I'm not against it either. It all depends on who I get pregnant. I don't care, I'll tell you right now, I don't care what your religious beliefs are or anything. If you have a dick, you need to shut the fuck up on this one. Seriously. This is theirs. The right to choose is their unequivocal right. Not only do I believe they have the right to choose, I believe that they shouldn't have to consult anybody, except for a physician, about how they exercise that right. Gentlemen, that is fair. And ladies, to be fair to us, I also believe if you decide to have the baby, a man should not have to pay. That's fair. If you can kill this motherfucker, I can at least abandon him. It's my money, my choice. And if I'm wrong, then perhaps we're wrong. So figure that shit out for yourselves. I live in Ohio. And anyone that knows anything about Ohio knows that even the word Ohio is an old Native American word. It means literally land of poor white people. And I don't know what's going on down here, but in my experience, poor white people love, and I mean they fucking love, heroin. They can't seem to get enough of it. I didn't even know what I was looking at first. I was just driving like, why are all these white people so sleepy out here? These things... It's really bad. As a matter of fact, I was coming out of a nightclub the other night in Dayton, and I'd parked my car in the alley, and no one was out there. I didn't have no bodyguards or nothing. I was home. I figured everything was fine. And as soon as I opened my car door, all by myself, suddenly one of these heroin-addicted whites just pops out of a trash can. It scared the shit out of me. I screamed, "Ah!" And then I realized it was a woman. She was fucked up. She said, hey man, relax, okay? I'm sick, all right? I need some drugs, man. Please, I'll suck your dick for $5, man. I was like, ugh. 2. Obviously, I'm joking. This opioid crisis is a crisis. I see it every day. It's as bad as they say. It's ruining lives, it's destroying families. Sadly, you know what it reminds me of, seeing it? It reminds me of us. These white folks look exactly like us during the crack epidemic. You know, it's really crazy to see. And all this shit they talk about on the news about how divided the nation is, I don't believe it. I feel like nowadays we're getting a real good look at each other. It's wild because I even have insight into how the white community must have felt watching the black community go through the scourge of crack. Because I don't care either. Hang in there, whites. Just say no. What's so hard about that? Remember when y'all said that to us? But it's okay. There's no grudges. Now you finally got it right. Once it started happening to your kids, you realize it's a health crisis. These people are sick. They are not criminals. They are sick.
This is not legislation.
Right.
These are jokes by someone who doesn't read.
What a Joke with Papa and Fortune on Netflix is a Joke Radio.
Welcome back, everybody, to What a Joke with Papa and Fortune. I'm Tom Papa.
I'm Fortune Feimster.
And we're very excited because our good friend, great comedian, Bill Burr is with us right now. His new special, Paper Tiger, is streaming on Netflix. It's his 6th special, and I have to say, it's your best special.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I will pay you after this segment for saying that. That's exactly what every comedian wants to hear.
It was, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm very
Job
proud
well
of it.
done.
You know, so much of it is the way Mike Binder shot the thing. And Mike Binder is a former stand-up comedian. Now he directs and everything. And I got a chance to work with him, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years ago on a movie called Black or White. And we just kind of became, buddies via cigars and stuff,
We hung out at his office that night, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, cool. So you know all the backstory. So then, I don't know, one night we were having a cigar, and I was just talking to him about, what I wanted my special to look like. And I was thinking of maybe doing it in London. I wasn't sure, because there's always that extra added pressure. What if they're not going to like it? And I wasted 2.5 years on the road and that type of stuff. And then he was going, and then it all came down to me and Mike wanted to hang in London and smoke a cigar.
I was thinking about that, though. That is kind of was that a risky decision? I mean, to do, because you have your special and it totally pays off. It works. But
Right.
I was remarking when I was watching that a lot of like local references, very, American political comments, like little subtle things that you would think maybe they're not going to get or wouldn't really be into. They totally were.
Yeah, because there's two things that are going on. It's like Netflix and podcasting are global.
Right.
So what's going, like, if I said all of that shit that I said that night to everybody in London, there would be a lot of people going, I don't know what this guy's talking about. But what shows up are the 1,500 people in a country that are into you.
Right.
So they listen to the
So they
podcast,
know
they're
about
up on
it.
what you're doing, they kind of know your sense of humor. So that's
right.
so people go, how the hell can you go to this country?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't need to have the whole country show up. I'm playing an 800-seater. I just need 800.
Just come to this show.
Yeah, 800
Right.
people out of all of these millions
Right.
to show up. Yeah, I'm not playing like,
How it's Prince Albert Hall,
Royal Albert
Royal
Hall.
Albert Hall.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Yes, and I had actually got to play there a year before I did the special, which was a great thing because it was such a, I play drums as a hobby, and John Bonham's my favorite drummer, and my favorite
Right.
Led Zeppelin footage is from Royal Albert Hall.
Right.
Oh,
So the
that's
first
cool.
time I did it, I couldn't get past. Like, I'm standing where Robert Plant stood, and John Bonham was right there. So the whole
Yeah.
time I did my show that night, I couldn't quite get out of my head.
Right.
Yeah.
It was an unbelievably humbling, honorable, like honored to be there,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And the pressure on that one was because the first time I played there, there's definitely that. I'm here doing my shit and dick jokes like this.
Yeah.
I don't. There's got to be some sort of blip that I somehow
Yeah.
snuck in here. So you want to make sure that you do a good job. But
Yeah.
But
No, and you could
yeah.
tell at the end of it when you're like, "This has been the best 2 days of my life."
Oh yeah,
Like,
I had a
it
ball.
seemed really
Yeah.
genuine.
Oh, I had the best time. I had a lot of family in there. My wife and my daughter was there. That's the picture in the end where I'm, hugging her.
Yeah.
Aw.
And it was definitely, very, very proud of it. Very proud of it.
That was the one upsetting part of the special when you said you were talking about your daughter and that she's over 2 already.
Oh my gosh.
And I think
Really?
because we were gonna like hang out with her every week.
Yeah.
And I think we've only seen her twice, and it was like a year ago. And I'm like, Cynthia was just like, "We've got to see her. What are we doing?"
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Has
Yeah.
that changed your comedy at all, being a dad?
I made sure that it didn't on one level and then it did on another. I have watched comics become dads and then they try to whitewash their past
Right.
and start wearing sweaters and stuff, and it's just like, and then their fan base is just like, dude, I get it, you're a dad, but like, what am I watching, the Lawrence Welk show? What happened? What happened to the guy that I like? So on the other side was the overreaction to every joke that gets told now,
Right.
kind of kept me sort of level. Where I was just like,
What do you
well,
mean?
Well, I mean, I just felt like I was going a little bit further in some areas than I normally would have. I would have kind of pulled back on the stick, but now I'm just looking at it like, just because there's all of these it's not even a lot of people just going, you can't say this, and you can say that, and if you
Right.
say this, we're going to erase you, or whatever the hell they say.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
my favorite quote that I saw this year out of anybody was, I was watching this interview on Tarantino, and I absolutely love his new movie. I've already seen
Oh,
it
it's so
twice.
great. I know.
I got to see it a third time because
It's
there's so
so
many
good.
jokes you miss because you're so blown away by the cars and all the performances and
Yeah.
stuff. But he said he was talking about how when he was first starting making movies or somebody, people going, you can't do this and you can't do that, you can't do this, and he was just like, wait a minute, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And it's just like, that's why I love your movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love every single aspect every time, but I just
Right.
love that there's a guy going, no, I'm going to do whatever I want to do
Yeah.
and make what I want to make. And
Well, that's what's
Um,
so refreshing about this special. I mean, you come out and probably the most controversial stuff is in the first 20 minutes, probably.
there is no controversy.
No, but I mean,
it's all just
it's
just
not
gassing shit up.
Yeah, but you're talking about stuff that people are uncomfortable talking about. Forget on television, just in life. Like people like dealing with men and women and where we're at now, and kind of sussing out all of this Me Too. And
I know,
trying to
but
figure
amongst
it all
your
out.
friends, you're not uncomfortable. Amongst your
Right.
friends, you're just going, dude, what was that? That one made no fucking sense. And then another one will be like, oh, that guy's a piece of shit or something like that. But
Right.
that you're not allowed to ever say, yeah, that one kind of seems like bullshit.
Right.
Because if you say that, then that becomes, you're part of the problem, and you're like a,
Right.
I don't know what, a surrogate piece of shit or something.
People, like when you're saying, people are saying you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that. And you just talked about all of it, but in this fun, funny way.
Yeah.
You just were being a comic.
And
my
literally, my job's to make jokes.
That's
Yeah.
it. And
That's
it really,
it.
that you come away and you're like, I almost felt like you reminded us that it's not the comedian's job to be on the right issue or whether he believes it
Toe
or
in
whether
the line.
it's just to make us laugh. And there is a couple
Yeah.
moments in it where you bring up a premise, the room goes quiet, and you plow through, and then everybody is bursting out laughing. And that really was like, oh, this is the point of comedy. It's
Yeah,
not,
that's
this
it.
guy does not have to run for office. He doesn't have to be on the right issue. He just has to make us laugh.
You're not
That's it.
running for office?
No, this is not legislation.
Right.
These are jokes by someone who doesn't read. Okay, just everybody relax.
Yeah, people put so much on it.
I know.
No, I'm excited to be here. I am. It's very exciting to be doing stand-up outside of my own country. Yeah, no, not because of you. That's how it's become. Fucking U.S., everything's so goddamn, every fucking joke you tell. Well, what did you mean about that? I didn't go to the gym today. Are you calling me fat? I feel fucking triggered. Gotta fucking apologize to everybody. This is how screwed up my country is right now. Do you know Bryan Cranston, right? That dude did a movie. He played a quadriplegic, and people gave him shit. Be like, why is there an able-bodied person playing a quadriplegic? It's because it's called acting, you dumb fuck. See, if he was a quadriplegic playing a quadriplegic, that's not acting. That's just fucking laying there saying shit that someone else wrote.
You're still doing a lot of acting too, right?
She shot a big movie.
Yeah, I shot a Pete Davidson's big movie.
Oh, how did that go?
Well, I didn't get fired.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
Who
a
knows?
big
I could
role.
still get cut out. You never know.
That's a big role.
It went great, and it was the first time I got to work with Judd Apatow, where I had I've worked with him in a more like distant way. Like I did Pete's show Crashing,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that comes out in June of next year. But I got to do an episode of The Mandalorian. Jon Favreau, the new Star Wars thing. I got
What?
to be in that. Yeah.
Oh my god!
What?
Yeah. This is a sports fan meathead who doesn't watch any sci-fi.
You're going to be in Star
I was about to
Wars?
say, I was like, are you a Star
No
Wars?
No, you
guy?
know what this is like? This is like when Joe DeRosa met Joe Torre. He goes, yeah, I met this guy the other night. He was somehow connected with the Yankees because he was still,
Oh
he was
my
still
God.
managing. He goes,
Oh, God.
it was Joe Tutelage.
Oh no!
I'm like, Torre? He goes, yeah. Is he like a big, he makes that face? Is he like a big guy? I was like, dude, I'm going to fucking strangle you.
I know, right?
I'm going to strangle you. Why?
He's like, I want to go buy vintage T-shirts.
Yeah, so he already went off on me for being in Star Wars, and I told him, I go, this is your payback for meeting Joe Torre.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough,
Oh
fair
my
enough.
God.
What did you do to you? What did you wear?
In what?
Star Wars.
I don't know that they are like.
That's very
Yeah.
secretive.
Yeah, this is like
Yeah.
how much
Man.
money's in the Federal Reserve. I don't think I'm allowed to say anything.
Yeah,
so.
all that Netflix
Oh,
money's
man,
gonna go out
that's
the window.
exciting.
If you look at the trailer, you see the back of my bald head for half a second.
Oh my god!
Oh, so you're not in a helmet.
I love it.
My head is a helmet. It would have been redundant. That's like a joke, a hat on a hat.
Oh, my
Oh,
God. That's
man.
exciting.
You're a busy guy, Bill.
Yes, I am.
What about F is for Family?
F is for Family, we're finishing up season 4.
Holy,
Ed-
4 already?
4 seasons?
Editing that, and that should be out sometime next year.
But for you, stand up will always be number one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
without
that's
a doubt.
Well, you're very generous with comics. I was talking to Tom about how when I was early on at the Comedy Store, you were so good to me. and would watch sets.
Oh my God! When
and
you did
give
that,
me punchlines and stuff, and it was so cool.
when you did that bit, she's my best friend. I was just like, I don't think you understand how funny you are. And she just kept booking TV shows and it was annoying. It's just like, stop fucking. They're giving you chicken feed. You're a star. Get out there on the. I tell you, wait till her hour comes out.
Yeah.
You're forgetting all about mine. I'm telling you.
You've been
There's
so
nobody has a vibe like you're hilarious and you got this chill, cool vibe that I loved. And then you also know how to unleash. Like some comics, when they get loud, then they just stay there too long.
Yeah.
And then it gets annoying, but like how to if you know how to use it, you can just blow them back in the seat and then bring them back down again. It's awesome.
Oh,
I love
thank
it.
you. It means
I love
a lot.
it.
You've
That's
always
right.
been so good to me, and it really was always much appreciated.
There we go. We sound like one of us is on our deathbed.
I
right
know.
now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You've always been so nice to me.
What is this announcement you're going to make?
Keep my name alive, Fortune.
I brought him up at the store a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "This is one of the nicest because you're so nice to me, and I mean you're nice to everybody, but I love you so much." I'm like, he's one of the nicest guys that there is, and you come out, you're like, "Do you really have to say that? I'm about to go rant about a bunch of shit, and you're saying I'm the nicest guy."
One of the
ever.
nicest guys ever. Talk about people in wheelchairs.
But it means a lot. It does when you're a newer comic. You're coming up. It's intimidating.
Well, that's because
Yeah.
people did that for me, and I didn't forget it. And I remembered what it meant to me. I had one. Dave Chappelle said something to me in the early 2000s. I held on to that.
Yeah.
In comedy condos and hell rooms for like the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Dave said I was funny.
Right.
Dave
Yeah.
thinks I'm funny.
Dave thinks I'm funny.
Dave
You're
thinks
that
I'm
for
funny.
me,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
I'm not saying that because you're on your deathbed. But you are when
comedy deathbed.
When I'm on the road and I'm in a green room that's basically a broom closet. I'm like, Bill said I was funny, and it does carry you through those weekends sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you're so lost in the beginning. You really don't know whether you have no confirmation and there's no like roadmap. So you're like, is this going to lead to anything? Am I doing this even remotely right?
Yeah.
And you don't have blinders on, like I'm just going to do what I find my own journey.
No.
You're just totally, you can almost see like an owl.
Yeah.
What is that guy doing? I need to be doing what he's doing. He's like
Yeah.
mapping out his shirt and everything, and
Yeah.
what agent he's with, and you're just ping ponging.
Yeah, yeah. Joe,
How'd he get that?
Is this how you stand?
yeah. Joe Coy came in here and was like, "My street team." Tom and I were like, "We need a street team. Why don't we have a street team?" You're like, "What are we doing wrong?"
But what keeps you going was what I started to learn was just like, well, I started before cell phones. You'd get in, you just drive back into Nick's Comedy Stop in Boston, and then you would find the nearest comic and tell them the story.
Yeah.
And then they would be laughing, and then of course try to top your story about
Yeah.
like, and that's nothing. One time I had this happen.
Yeah.
And it just made you feel like, all right, well, I got a story to tell. And then it also made me feel like a comedian.
Yeah.
'Cause I heard the older guys, telling the stories, and I was just like, I don't have any stories. I went to an open mic, and it didn't go well because it was my fault. There was no other elements involved. So then once I started doing, rooms outside and
There's nothing better than hearing about your friends who've suffered. There's
Yeah.
Bill Burr special Paper
right,
Tiger
thank you.
streaming on Netflix now. Go and watch it.
All right.
He also has some big tour dates coming up. Go to BillBurr.com. Look at all his dates. He's going all over Cosmopolitan in Vegas. And, of course, listen to his Monday morning podcast, one of the best podcasts out there. Bill Burr, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like that white black bitch that's in the news all the time. Rachel Dozer. She always says that. She's a white woman, but then she dressed up like a nigga and shot her way up to the very top of blackness. How far is Rachel willing to go? What is Rachel willing to do so that we blacks can believe that she believes she's actually one of us? Bitch, are you willing to put a lien on your house? So that you can invest in a mixtape that probably won't work out? She didn't even change her name. Didn't even change her name. Her name is Rachel. I can't believe in that name. If you want my support, you're gonna have to change your name to the blackest shit I've ever heard. Bitch, you're gonna have to change your name to Draymond Green. I don't know a blacker name than that. That shit is black on paper. If you type Draymond Green into Airbnb, that shit will log off automatically. And now we get to the core of the crisis. What is a woman? What is that in this day and time? Is there even such thing as a woman or a man or anything? Seems to be a question nowadays. Now listen, women get mad at me, gay people get mad at me, lesbians get mad at me, but I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is true, these transgenders, these niggas want me dead. I've gone too far, I've said too much. And I gotta tell you, I'm very worried about it. I'm not even joking. Every time I come out on stage, I be scared. I be looking around the crowd, searching for knuckles and Adam's apples to see where the threats might be coming from. A nigga came up to me on the street the other day. He said, "Careful, Dave, they after you." I said, "What? One they or many theys?" Before I even say anything about that community, you must know, and I hope you all feel the same way, I am not indifferent to the suffering of someone else. There's laws, the mean laws in our country. North Carolina passed a law once that said a person in North Carolina must use the restroom that corresponds with the gender they were assigned on their birth certificate. No. No, that's not a good law. That's a mean law. No American should have to present a birth certificate to take a shit at Walmart in Greensboro, North Carolina, where the baby shot and killed a motherfucker. You have to ask yourself, if you're thinking about it, who are these laws designed to protect? Like, let's say they designed this law to protect me, my interests. Transphobic comedian Dave Chappelle. And let's say that I'm in Walmart doing a little shopping with my family. Now, I should tell you, if that ever happens in real life, you should know that my dreams didn't work out. But let's say something goes horribly wrong, and there I am in Walmart with the poor whites rummaging around for mediocre goods and services. And then I gotta go to the restroom. So I excuse myself from my family. I go to the men's room. Now I'm standing at the urinal taking a leak. And this is what this law is gonna do. And suddenly, a woman walks into the men's room. I'm gonna be like, that's strange. And then she stands shoulder to shoulder with me at the urinal. I'm gonna be like, bitch, what's going on with you? And then she hikes her skirt up and pulls a real live, meaty dick out. And what do you think I'm gonna say? Thank God she's in here with me. At least now I know my family's safe. No, I'm not gonna feel that way at all. I'm gonna feel very uncomfortable. I would feel better if it was a man with a vagina who backed up to the urinal next to me. I wouldn't even think about that. I'd just be like, that's funny. This guy is peeing out of his butt for some reason. Oh my God, he must be a veteran. Thank you for your service. Is anybody in here gay? Let's get it. I'm totally joking. This is New York. Are you gay for real? Okay, so you know that gay marriage is illegal, right? Why do you think that that's illegal?
People suck. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that.
Do you even care about marriage?
Yeah, I want to get married. Eventually. It's really
To a girl or a guy?
girl.
Just checking. Why do you think it's illegal?
People are scared of change.
Do you think so?
Morality.
Who said morality? Do you think so? I don't. Whose morality? Who said big business? She knows what's going on. Huh? Hmm? Yeah?
Even gays who get married, they're going to wake up to the reality of problems of marriage just like everybody else.
And that's all good and well. You see, here's the thing. No matter what your morality is, it's still a secular society. So even if gay marriage is against my own personal beliefs, I can't necessarily believe a government that would say we don't want to do that for moral purposes. Not while you fucking bombing Iraq like that, or sending motherfuckers to Afghanistan like that. I mean, you can't be hitting me with all this dubious ass morality. They say morality because that's what their constituents need to hear. And because they think that's what their constituents want to hear. But honestly, Bill Clinton said 90% of the shit that people talk about has nothing to do with what the actual job of the president is about. You think the president be sitting around, what time is it, 10 o'clock? Oh, we got that gay meeting. Hey, guys, what are we going to do about that? I mean, they don't give a fuck about it. No, who actually is going to give a fuck? Big business. And I have a whole belief system about that you just don't want to know about. I'll tell you part of it. All right, it's a tier. Listen, marriage laws are fucked up in America. I don't think that the government should have that much say in actually how people devise a marriage, because a marriage, right, devoid of any kind of religious belief or emotion like love is a business contract, period and simple. And tons of people in Washington or legislative bodies, even guys like Elliot Spitzer that have wives or fuck prostitutes, live in loveless marriages. And they have these shits arranged because they're in such a high social stratosphere that they have to keep up a certain appearance. So why are they imprisoned by their own marriage? It's this form of economic slavery. And if you look at the way this shit happens, corporations were made legal in the United States by the 14th Amendment, right? Or 15th Amendment, which freed the slaves. And then under those rights, people said, we want the same rights as those motherfuckers as collective individuals, right? And if you're a collective individual and two collective individuals want to do business with one another, one's masculine, one is feminine, so they define a marriage institution between man and woman. But what if corporations is gay? I'm just saying. What if Aunt Jemima doesn't want to be with Uncle Ben? What if Aunt Jemima wants to do business with Sarah Lee? Well, wait a minute. What if Uncle Ben wants to do business with Mr. Clean? That's all I'm saying. Guys, wait a minute. That's a little gay. I'm sorry, I thought that was funny. What if Aunt Jemima? I don't think that's what Mr. Clean was. Uncle Ben want to do. Maybe I should have picked different companies. I put myself in a bad position. I'm just joking around. You're like, we don't want to hear this shit. It's just a conspiracy theory. I believe in aliens too, bitch. How about that? They're coming. Gay aliens, they're here. All that shit, fake. World Trade Center, fake. You want to know who blew that shit up for real? I ain't gonna say that. You know, it's my own personal thing. I don't even want to say that shit. Yeah. You know who I think blew up the World Trade Center? Ashton Kutcher. America, you have been pumped. Why did he blow up the World Trade Center? I don't want to sound like a cynic.
I have 4.
Shit was crazy. I don't know the truth, but I know who does. Strippers. They know everything. Does anyone have a cigarette?
Yeah. Rubber light?
Sure. Good on you, mate. I wish I had it. Your accents are so nice. Huh? And I do listen to BBC News. We all listen to the BBC. You're all listening to the BBC. That's what they say all the time. GMT. Oh, every time you say what time it is, it goes GMT. What does that mean? Whose mountain? Greenwich. Oh. It's the center. Oh, okay. Meantime. Greenwich Mean Time. Is that where the phrase mean time comes from?
Yeah, baby.
Wow, you can tell that your country conquered a lot of shit, man. It's Greenwich Mean Time. I learn shit every day. It's Greenwich Mean Time. Have you ever heard that before? Yeah, bro, you ever heard that before?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Oh, you're from Ireland, though.
Hang on down the middle of London, pretty much.
You, Greenwich Mean Time? What's so mean about it?
It's a timeline.
It's a time. Oh, okay.
Like it's 0 degrees.
Okay. You ever seen a guy's mind stretch?
I buy for it. Like in the 24 hours, like 0, like you know.
Oh, I don't do that 24-hour clock shit. I hate that shit. It's 1500 o'clock. 1500.
Here, right? Like to make life easy. Got blocks.
No, I don't like that shit. That's when it's good to have them strippers around. Strippers are like the Google of the streets. Never seen somebody answer so many questions without a crystal ball. It's true. It's amazing. The skill sets. Girls be here. I'm an accountant. No. I'm a dog trainer. Every goddamn thing. It's amazing. All right, it was something hilarious though. All this shit is depressing. Ashton Kutcher didn't blow up those buildings, by the way. I don't want you to think. I'm not gonna put that on him. Huh?
If he did, who was he pumping?
American people. American person is one of the most lied to people in the world. That's our whole game with America. Because freedom is not a privilege, my friend. It is a fucking burden. Because a free person has to make choices all the time. And you can't make a good choice unless you have the information. And in America, it's not like China. You know in China when they had the earthquakes, you know what the headline was in the newspaper? What earthquake? They don't tell those people shit. In America, they'll tell you every goddamn thing. And then they don't prioritize the information. You gotta figure all that shit out for yourself. That's right. The war will be breaking out and you'll be like, did Michael Jackson fuck them kids? That gets shuffled funny. My life. It's too much there to stress you out. This whole world is just drug infested, hate infested, drug infested world. Hate drugs. I heard the worst drug story. You know what my friend told me? You know what he's dealing with? His landlord is hooked on crack. That's terrible. That's pressure. Your landlord's hooked on crack, that means you've got to have the rent. You come around all the time. You got the rent. It's not even due yet, it's the 10th. Come on, I need it! Let me just get $20 of it now and then just give me the rest of the month. Every couple hours. Hey, look, I'm gonna need some more of the rent. This building's falling apart, things came up. Comes home early from a party. Landlord's in the crib going through his What are you doing in my house? Ah! Where's the sink? I came to fix it. It's in the kitchen. I thought it was in the drawer. I'll fix it tomorrow when I come for the rent. You know what I hate about drugs? I hate when like people my age and older get hooked on crack. I hate that. You're too old to be experimenting with the drugs at a certain point. You should be past that. You ain't doing it by a certain point, you just miss it. Drugs are really for old people anyway. You 75, you've earned the right. If I was 75, I'd do coke, heroin, everything. I wouldn't give a I'd be walking down the street, they'd be like, boy, that old man is tripping. Can't do everything. Maybe weed. If you're gonna do something, do a little weed. Smoke weed. Weed's not as bad as everything else. Weed is a background substance. You know what I mean? You can smoke some herb and still function. And you ain't crisp, but you'll function. Nothing higher than weed, though. I made that mistake one time. I was at a party, some guy gave me some He's like, here, man, take this. Mushrooms. I took it, I forgot all about it, you know. Then a couple days later, I found that in my pocket. I'm thinking, why not? Because I'm thinking it's like weed, some background. I planned my whole day out like it was weed. I'll chew this up, then I'll go to the barber shop, get my hair cut, and then I'll see a movie. I chewed it up. So far, so good. Then I was in a barber shop, like an hour later. And it's funny, because I was just thinking to myself, I was like, ooh, this stuff sucks. Tastes like athlete's foot. I feel sick, but I'm not really high. Then I looked in the mirror. I saw the barber's reflection, man. It looked like a big penis was cutting my hair. I freaked out. I started talking to myself, Dave, calm down. You're on drugs. This is what drugs do. Okay, you know that there was no way that a penis can cut hair. But I started freaking out, man. I just couldn't take it anymore. I jumped out the chair, half my hair was cut, I didn't care. I didn't, I just gave a barber a handful of money. It was weird, the balls opened up. Anyway, I ran home, man. I ran home as fast as I could. It's tripping. I looked at the clock, it was 2:42. I was like, damn. 2:42. I gotta sober up. I had never been this high this early. I took a shower. I was still high. Said maybe music will do the trick. I listened to every CD I had. I was still high. Exercise. That's what I'll do. I ran around the block 4 times. Still high. Took a nap, woke up. I looked at the clock, it was 2:43. I said, God damn. Who know this song? You know, this is my grandmother used to sing that when she cleaning up. That's a Negro spiritual. Black work song. Not everybody know about that. I know. See, white people, you guys might whistle when you work. You dig? But that's how you can tell what kind of work we're actually doing. I study that kind of I do. Anything that has to do with race. I read a little here, see a little there. And I travel. That's always good. Traveling has made me a racism connoisseur, if you will. You know, it's different from region to region. Anyone ever been down south? So you guys know what I'm talking about. And the racism down there is just, it's perfect. It's due to a perfection. It's comfortable, it's out in the open. There are no secrets in Mississippi. Everybody knows the deal. Morning, nigger. Morning, sir. Not up here. You hit the big cities, man, it's different. It's always a secret. And we should do like them. We should keep our out in the open, then a little. I mean, with limits. You don't want to say whatever comes to your mind. That might be a little much. White dude be walking down the street minding his business, and the brother walk up to him, hello, you white oppressor, you slave master rapist of Africa. Why, hello, my big lip spear chucking friend. Touche, hunky. So, Whitey, what did you do today, huh? Oppress a new land and make the people there Christians against their will? What did you do, fellow? Burn those big black lips on a crack pipe as you missed your job interview? Easy, Whitey, you're cutting deep. Oh, this chit-chat has got me thirsty. If you will excuse me for a moment, I'm gonna go to the Korean store and get something to drink. Chilling. Hello. You slanted-eyed, ruining the economy in our neighborhood by opening stores and taking the money out the community. Chink. Well, good afternoon, you browse around but never buy anything, suspicious-looking nigga. After a while, that might be too much. You can't help it. If you're an American, you're a racist. We brought up from the beginning to think in generalizations. We never look at the individual. We rarely look at the individual. I'm a racist. I know I'm a racist. You know how I know? The other day I caught myself being racist against myself. There's so much getting on, I got mixed up. Forgot whose team I was on. One time I was reading the paper, man, this story came on about this guy was suing a department store because they wouldn't let him play Santa Claus, you know, because he's black. And I was actually like relieved when the department store beat him. That's bad. But I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for the idea of a black Santa Claus, man. That would suck. So we wouldn't get our presents till the 28th, 29th. Sorry, I'm late, kids. Santa got caught up with some in Vegas. I had to sell some toys to get back, shit. Where them cookies at? Y'all a great crowd, man. You are. I'm glad y'all came out, man. I'm nervous. I am. Not about the special. I hope this don't make me famous. You dig? I don't want to be famous. I want people to like me for who I am. Like famous dude don't never know why people like them. That's why, like, if I ever make it, I'm gonna have to like test people. Like if I meet girls, I wear disguises when they first meet me, so they don't know who I am. And then like on the first date, I'll call myself, I'll pick you up right from work. And then I'll pick her up in a garbage truck. Just to see how she reacts. And she's like, wait a minute. Oh, do I look like garbage to you? I don't see no goddamn trash need to be picked up here. Get that goddamn truck off my block. Who do you think you are? That's when I take my mask off. Oh, David Chappelle. That's right, bitch. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tough time for the blacks. These are not good times for the blacks. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, right? Police are killing us again. It's a very unfortunate set of circumstances because we were doing very well. You know, America has a racial hot seat. I think we can all agree that that's the truth. And we can also agree that that hot seat is traditionally occupied by African Americans in general, African American men in particular. Although I can see that in recent years, that seat has been occupied by Mexicans, and I dare say Arabs. And we, the black Americans, would like to thank you both for your sacrifice and your struggle. We needed a break. We needed a goddamn break. We all go through something, but at least I can leave my backpack someplace. If you Arab and forget the backpack, you got about 20 minutes before they send that robot to blow your shit up. Bye, Fuhad. Now ISIS is #1 on the terrorist charts. And ISIS is fucking scary. Because if ISIS catches you, they're going to cut your head off. That's what they do. I've seen them do it on YouTube. It was fucking awful. He looked right in the camera and say, Obama, I am back. I saw that shit. I said, oh my God. Don't like. How is this guy cutting people's heads off on YouTube? I can't even post a dick pic, and this motherfucker is decapitating people. I'm gonna have to change my settings. You know, everyone has it hard, but I think harder than black people and harder than Arabs and harder than Mexicans, you know who has it the worst? Fat black people. It's hard for white people to understand, but that's what I'm saying is very true. Fat black people have a really rough road, because all manner of things kill white people, but you know what kills more black people than anything, more than police and terrorism? Salt, nigga, regular. Here, white people are getting Ebola cures and shit, and meanwhile, I'm dying from fucking the flavoring. Look, honestly, I'll stop talking about it. Let me say this, though. Let me just say this. Can we all just say that we've seen it coming? Were you surprised? It's like when that guy threw that banana at me. Do you think I was surprised? Hell no. I've been in show business 30 years. I was expecting this banana. I knew one of these nights, it's like somebody gonna throw a banana at me one of these nights, niggas. Because that's how it starts, with the name calling. Like that Paula Deen. Remember Paula Deen got fired from the Food Network? If you know anything about show business, it is really hard to get fired from the fucking Food Network. And they dropped that bitch like a hot potato. All because she called somebody an N-word 30 years before she had a show. I don't know who she said it to, but whoever it was just looking at her like, I'm gonna get you for this bitch. That shit came back 30 years later like a Bill Cosby rape and sunk her battleship. white person was mad, but we weren't like that mad. I was just like, well, how's this bitch gonna call me a nigga when she taught me how to fry chicken? That's not fair. I think Donald Sterling shit was more serious. Remember Donald Sterling? He used to own the Clippers, and then he got caught on a secretly recorded tape saying some very unsavory things about African Americans. And there's a lesson in that for all of us. The lesson is, if you are old and white and racist in this great country, whatever you do, don't tell your black girlfriend about that shit, because that's who made the tape. She recorded all that shit, and the tape was terrible. He was like, stop bringing these black guys to my games. First, we're all confused, like, well, how the fuck are you gonna have a game without us? But it turned out that the black guy he was speaking of was none other than Magic Johnson, the billionaire. Unbelievable. Never even mentioned the fact that he had AIDS, which is... This guy must be really racist if AIDS is the footnote. Well, you gotta be careful, baby. He got the old Ebola. You can say what you want about that girl, but I'm gonna tell you right now, she is a goddamned hero. Because you might have thought these things were happening before, but now you can see it all in front of you without a shadow of a doubt. That shit actually went down. She sucked that old guy's dick. She really took one for the team on that one. It's really gross. This dick is like 80 years old. It's like tasting history. Like 5 wars on it, civil rights movement, Great Depression. This guy's been fucking from 40 years before Bill Cosby's first rape. This is a very old man. It's a very old penis. But all that shit is still, it's just name calling. Like, name calling does not break the modern black man. That's not gonna do the trick. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, if I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, Ku Klux Klan, hood on top of their head, what do you think I'm gonna do in this day and age? Run out Kentucky Fried Chicken? Not if I'm hungry. I'll go straight to the front. Hey, man, let me get a 2-piece. I don't give a fuck what he says. You want a biscuit with that, nigger? I thought it came with a biscuit. What's all this attitude? I want a 2-piece. Chop, chop. You know what it is. But I'm not gonna be mad. Why would I be mad? He's the one that's gotta work at Kentucky Fried Chicken, not me. Well, how about this? What if I lived in Austin and I had a white girlfriend? It's possible in Austin. As a matter of fact, some people say it's necessary, but that's not the point. And me and my white girlfriend at home one night, and we're just doing what lovers do. Maybe she's butt naked and she's down on one knee, giving me a hand job. I love a good hand job. And she's really jerking me off. You know, getting her obliques nice and tight. I got a huge dick, so she's like, And I'm like, wow, this really feels wonderful. I think I'm gonna come. Nigger. I know, that's a tough one. But what do you think I'm gonna do? Hey! That's no time for integrity, ladies and gentlemen. I'm busting that nut in her face. I'll sort through the ethics later. But I'm what they call a man of his word. If I say I'm coming, I'm coming. I don't give a fuck what happens. God forbid somebody could shoot me. If I say I'm coming, it's still that. Doesn't mean I like getting shot. Yeah, tough time for the blacks. I'm not gonna say nothing about the police. I'll leave that for Chris Rock.